Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Go Campin'. I'm your host, Veronica. Let's head to Prophetstown State Park with Kevin Kemp and Kemp Outside.
Hey guys, Kevin here with Kemp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We took an amazing trip this summer in an RV provided by Mount Comfort RV. We did a 6-state park tour of Indiana. Our first stop was Prophetstown State Park, and I want to tell you all the things I loved about this park and why you should put it on your list of parks to visit and go camping in. Check it out. Prophetstown State Park was established in 2004. It has a lot to see and do, and it's located just outside of West Lafayette, Indiana. I want to show you some of the things that I really enjoyed about this park, and the first one was the farm at Prophetstown. This is a 1920s era homestead, and it shows you basically what life was like back then. All of the buildings are reproductions, they're not original, but you can go in them and you can see what the kitchens and bedrooms and living rooms were like, the pantries, and I really liked this old stove that they had in here. I thought that was amazing. And then we could walk around the grounds where we could see chickens and ducks and turkeys and all the other livestock that they had. They had pigs and cows and horses. And one of the things that you can do is you can actually buy local meats and produce and other things that they have for sale there, which is really cool. And the barn was amazing. My kids had never seen a barn this big before, let alone walked in one. And of course, if you're from rural Indiana, you see these all over the place, but my kids had never been inside one, so it was just really cool to look up in the loft and check this place out. And of course there were some horses in there. It was just a really fun time to walk around and explore. We had to keep our dog away from that little barn cat there, but we had a great time checking out the farm at Prophetstown. Another thing that I really enjoyed was seeing the blacksmith shop at the farm. We were able to go inside and you can see all the tools hanging up and the forge. Just really fun to imagine what it was like to live on a farm back in the 1920s. This park also has a Native American village. Let's take a look. The Indiana DNR and Prophetstown State Park really try to do their best to celebrate Native American heritage and make it something that all people can learn from. One of the things they've done is they've created this Native American village in the prairie at Prophetstown State Park. And it's really cool because you can walk around and check out the buildings that are very similar to what the Native Americans would have had. This is a medicine lodge that they used to store and dry different plants that they used for medicinal purposes. It was really fun to kind of check this stuff out. And again, just imagine what it was like living back then and living as a Native American person in Indiana. There were lots of different things to check out, including areas where they would work. So here is an example of one of the places where they would work to prepare food, kind of a shelter. And then my son is walking in a shelter that they would have made out of sticks and then covered. So it's really cool to see all the different aspects of Native American culture and how they made a life for themselves in the tallgrass prairie. On a warm summer day, there's nothing better than hitting the Aquatic Center. Check it out. This was probably my son's favorite part of this state park. We were there when it was pretty warm, and so we hit the lazy river. You grab a tube and you float down through the river, and there are all kinds of little things that dump water on you or spray water on you, and you just kind of float around, and there are plenty of lifeguards to keep you safe and have a great time. And then the water slides are fantastic. I think my son went down this water slide about 50 times. Here he is zooming down the slide, and just a great way to cool off in the summer. So if you're camping at Prophetstown State Park in the summertime, be sure to go visit the Aquatic Center. I don't think you will regret it. It's a great way to make a splash with the whole family. I really like the campground at Prophetstown State Park. Let's take a look. The campground at Prophetstown State Park is fantastic, and it's comprised of two loops, the Spruce Loop and the Savannah Loop. The Spruce Loop offers full hookup sites, which means you have water, electric, and sewer hookup at your campsite, and it offers more of a wooded feel. There's a lot more trees, and it just feels like you're more in the woods. Once we get into the Savannah Loop, which we're transitioning to now, the Savannah Loop is more of a prairie feel. And these sites are electric only, so they only have electricity at the site, no sewer or water hookups. But there is a dump station and a water fill station just outside the campground, and there are water spigots located throughout the campground to fill water bottles or get water for dishes or that kind of thing. This campground also has a fantastic modern restroom that's coming up there on the left, and it's a full service restroom facility with running water, hot showers, and flush toilets. I love the Savannah Loop because it gives you a great feeling of being in the tallgrass prairie. The last thing I want to mention about this campground is the playground. If you have kids like mine, they love the playgrounds, and so having a playground like this is fantastic because it's huge, so there's lots of different things to see, and it has apparatus for all ages, so little kids and big kids alike can play in this playground. What a really cool place to play while the family is on a camping trip. So guys, as you can see, Prophetstown State Park is a fantastic place to visit and to go camping. And if you don't have an RV, definitely rent one from Mount Comfort RV and go visit Prophetstown State Park. For Let's Go Campin', I'm Kevin Kemp with Kemp Outside.
Very fun. Let's head back to Glacier National Park with Alex and Rocky as they finish up their trip.
Look at you. Well, we're parked in downtown Missoula, right in the middle of downtown. Yeah. Peace and quiet.
Morning, buddy. I'll go back to the camper. We're going back to the camper today. Oh.
Well, guess I really don't care here in Missoula, Montana. Just right in the middle of downtown, they don't give a damn. Thank you very much. Have a good one. road trip, no issues. Burr ran smooth, gotta give it credit. Just a great road rig, you know. Got room for whatever. Just runs like a bat out of hell. Never backing down. As you can see, I got a nice change of shirt. That's nice, it feels good. We're heading down into town. I gotta go to Walmart and get some stuff. Stock the hideout up. Again, successful trip. Thanks for riding along with us. And we'll see you next time on whatever freaking adventure we decide to go on. Thanks.
Wow, that looks like an amazing trip. Let's see what Andrew's making in this week's Cookin' in the Woods.
Welcome everybody again back to another episode of Let's Go Campin' and Cookin' in the Woods with Andrew, Klein, and Trax Barbecue. Over the last few episodes, we've taught you how to pre-prep before camping, how to get all your stuff ready to go, choosing a menu that's very simple. We've done some meat cooking. We did a tomahawk, we did ribs, we did chicken. Now let's make some stuff to go with it. This episode, we're gonna do one of everybody's favorites, and it's super easy to do, is the baked potato. I've got my potatoes wrapped here. Got just regular sized potatoes. Do a nice little wrap on some foil. And I've got my Dutch oven sitting above the fire. We've got a nice bed of coals going on. You don't want to set this right on the flame because otherwise you will burn your potato. So you'll take the top off, set it off to the side, take your potatoes, pop them right in. In about 45 minutes to an hour, we're gonna have delicious potatoes. All right, welcome back guys. It's been about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Usually when you're cooking in a Dutch oven, it kind of makes it go a little bit faster. So we're gonna come on over, we're gonna check these potatoes, see how they're doing. Be careful, don't just touch this because this is gonna be very hot. Use your tongs to go ahead and pull things out. Give it a little squeeze to make sure they're done. Oh, they're nice and tender. They're gonna be perfect. Always protect your hands, never grab right off the bat. All right, we're gonna come back to the table here. And for a proper loaded baked potato, you have to have all the accoutrement. You've gotta have your butter. Now remember, in the first episode, I showed you how, maybe it was the second episode, I showed you how to chop your butter and have it ready to go so you don't really prepping right off the bat. You've got your sour cream, your diced cheddar cheese, you've got your bacon bits, your chives, and my all-purpose seasoning here, which is what I call an SPG. It's a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic. All that together is gonna make a really nice potato. I'm gonna just unwrap the potato here. Nice and hot. Depending on the size of the potato, will depend on how long it will take to cook. Smaller potatoes cook a little quicker. Bigger potatoes will take a lot more time. So these will be the first things you want to put in on the fire when you're starting to cook dinner, is getting those potatoes ready beforehand. So you're gonna take a knife, you're gonna run right down the center of each one of these here. And you're gonna take your hands, 3 fingers on each end, and kind of push into the middle. And that opens up that little pocket right there. Don't worry if it pops open a little bit, because that's not really what matters, because you're gonna trash it here in a second anyway as we're smashing. Open up a little bit. I like to take a little bit of SPG, put it right there on the potato. At first, just a little pinch, give a little seasoning. Reach in here, we're gonna grab that butter. I'm gonna take one pat, because everybody loves a good buttery baked potato. Pop that right down inside. And take your cheese, put it right on that butter as it's melting down. It's starting to melt down nicely. You want that cheese to kind of soften up. And take your sour cream. Dollop of sour cream on each one. That needs a little bit more. You don't want to get too much of any one ingredient on there because you want to get all the flavors together. Take a little bit more of that SPG, put it right on the top right there. Again, the SPG is salt, pepper, and garlic. Put in any increments that you like. A little bit of bacon bits right there. Not everybody likes them, but I love them. Give them a little bit of freshness and a little bit of extra color. I'm going to take some scallions or chives if you wish. Green onions, however you want to call them, they're all the same thing. There we go. We've got the perfect loaded baked potato for dinner tonight. I'm ready to dig in. How about you? Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.
Thanks, Andrew. That looked so good. Let's cap off this week's episode with an RV review at Mount Comfort RV. Hi, we're here again at Mount Comfort RV with Susan, who's going to show us the Shasta Oasis today.
Hey, thanks, Veronica. Well, this floor plan is actually going to be the 310K. I love this beautiful paint job, that little pop of red. Of course, they are celebrating their 80th year, folks. They must have done something right if they're still around after 80 years. Yeah. Of course, we've got this great rock guard panel here so that as we kick up debris as we go through the construction zones, and we all know we will, this will handle the rocks and the debris. So now we're on 2 propane tanks. Oh, okay. Lots of propane for our kitchen, lots of propane for a quick connect on a grill, lots of propane for furnace if we're camping a little bit extended season, and a power tongue jack, because this is going to weigh a little bit more. You're looking at about 6,200 pounds dry weight. Okay. If we add another about 1,500 pounds of cargo carrying capacity, you're going to need quite a bit of a beefy truck to do this. This is not something we're going to do with a little SUV. Okay. We need a little bit of meat to pull this bad boy. Yeah. So really well put together. I love the fact that there's a cute little feature right here, and you've got a doggy and I've got a doggy. This funky little thing with the paw print right here, this is a place for a leash or a tie-up, because campgrounds are going to require that you keep your pet on some sort of restraint, because let's face it, there's just too much temptation in a campground. Yeah. There are all kinds of little critters they've never seen before.
It's a lot better than the corkscrews.
Exactly, because you never know when you got that in all the way. At least you know this is hooked to the I-beam. You're not going to lose your dog.
Right.
So great
idea.
We're going to do a little bit of a weird thing. We're going to go around this way. I want to show you a couple of cool features.
Okay.
First of all, I love this bigger cargo door. Now on the other side, it's even larger, but you're seeing larger and larger openings on the cargo doors, and I love that trend in the industry. They're understanding that we've got stuff.
Yeah.
We've got junk we want to carry. We've got gazebos, and I think you've got a large cast iron cooking pot
and fire pits, all kinds of things
that we want to take with us that just enhance our experience.
Right.
So this will take a little one panel solar charger. You just hook her in there. And basically what that would accept is a panel that would trickle charge the house battery. It's not going to run your air conditioner, and it's not going to run your microwave, because both of those suck a lot of juice. But it's nice to just kind of keep the lights on. So as we swing around here behind this light out, of course, we've got our outside shower, and we've talked about the fact that this is awesome for kids. It's great for pets that roll in something stinky right before you get in the car. Yeah. And then, of course, here's your city water connection and your shore power up here. I like the fact that it's up a little bit, so it just doesn't take as much splash and dirt and yuck when you have to put it away.
Yeah.
But what I really wanted to show you is back here.
Okay. Let's see.
check this out. It's a gear rack. So what happens is you pull these cotter pins, this will lay flat. Now you can put a bike rack up here.
Right.
Now you can put coolers, you can put all kinds of stuff on the back.
nice.
Now, it's not going to handle like 2 generators or something super heavy, but it really will kind of expand what you want to do. You don't want to put dirty, muddy bicycles inside your travel trailer after you've got it all cleaned up. So this is a really great way to just those other things that need to go on. So now let's kind of buzz back around. A couple of other things I wanted to show you.
Okay.
We're going to go back around the other way. There again, that gear-driven slide, not electric slide. Here's that bigger opening, so almost twice as big as the gear opening that we saw on the other side.
Yeah, that looks about perfect for a big cooler.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I think that's what they were thinking about.
Right.
Well, let's take a quick break. I want to walk inside and show you some amazing features. This is a great glamper.
All right.
So let's go ahead and head inside. Well, now we're inside the Shasta Oasis 31OK.
It's beautiful.
It's okay, isn't it? It's
It
definitely okay. So a couple of things I wanted to show you is this little thing right here. This is theater seats.
Okay.
But remember how in your theater seats you never get to pop them down?
Yeah.
This will fold flat, so you
Oh,
can sleep
okay.
somebody on it.
Yeah, it's comfortable too.
That's one extra sleep space. This dinette, same thing. Legs come out, tabletop rests on the ledge, cushions fill in. You can definitely sleep at least 1 adult, if not 2 adults on this.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3. Come on back.
Okay.
It's a little tight in here,
Oh,
but it's
man.
really cool.
Lots of bunks.
4, 5, 6 more people, and these will hold up to 250 pounds each.
Okay.
So you could put adults on these.
Yeah.
Definitely could put adults on these. But one of the other things that I thought that they got really right are these shelves. Shelf here, 2 USB
And all the USB
ports.
ports,
All the
yeah.
USB ports. Each bunk has a light.
This is what I love.
Isn't it cool, right?
All this storage
All
here.
this storage here.
This would be
and,
perfect for shoes.
right, look at this though. More here.
Wow.
Because kids have stuff.
They do. And they leave it everywhere. That's
And
why
they
all
do.
have cubbies.
They do.
for
They all have their
stuff.
cubbies, and this is where all of the stuff could go that you don't want to look at,
Right.
right?
Very nice.
Plus a 110 outlet here.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a little night light or something in here,
Mm-hmm.
there's a place to put it. Bunks have windows. The only bunk that doesn't, nope, this one does not have a window, but almost all of them have windows. At least you're going to get a cross breeze here.
Yeah.
And it's certainly big enough. I mean, for adults, it might feel a little bit small in here
Man,
for
but
us.
kids would love this.
Kids will love this. It's their own little
Right.
thing. Now, the way
Little
that we
den.
separate this from the rest of the trailer is just a curtain.
Curtain.
So it's enough.
Not super soundproof.
Right, no, it's not super soundproof. However, it is good for airflow.
Okay.
So after everybody's gone to bed, you can pop that curtain
More
open.
storage along
More
here.
storage there.
Yeah.
And then this is your bathroom. Go ahead
Okay.
and take a look at that because
Yeah, sure.
I got to tell you, that's a good sized bathroom.
It's a
In
great
fact,
size
take a look at
bathroom.
the-
There's even storage.
Try the
space in
shower out
bathroom.
because I got to tell you, that shower is amazing.
Yeah.
That is huge.
It is.
You could get a guy in there,
Well, yeah.
especially with the skylight. And of course, there's a little vent
Storage
in there.
in here too.
But look at, you got little cubbies and
Right.
and shelves. The kids can get their stuff. The sink is not super high.
Right.
But I mean, it's
You
just
don't
a
have
really
to put your toiletries right in the sink. Got a little
exactly
space for them.
exactly. There's
Yeah.
some room. You could even do little hooks up there for
Right.
towels. And
Yeah, there's a lot of wall space.
there is a lot of wall space. There's a lot of room. Yeah, I love this. Of course, we can go ahead back to the master bedroom.
Oh, okay. Forgot. It's another room.
And it's going to feel a little tight in there, but how much time do most people spend in their master bedroom? I'm going to come in around the other side.
Okay, perfect.
So you actually could kind of walk along the back of the bed. I'm not the smallest person in the world, but I'm not huge. So you actually could sidle through back this way. What this does is it offers you the opportunity to do a standard length mattress.
Okay.
So you're not going to get wider in here, but you definitely could get a
little
little bit
longer.
longer if you wanted to. And then each person has the opportunity to get up and out because there's doors on both sides.
Right.
So shirt closets on both sides.
And everybody has their own
Mm-hmm.
little closet.
They've got a little cubby.
Yeah.
And
And your
USB
USB ports.
and 110 on both sides. So if
Okay.
somebody has a CPAP, if they have, other devices that they need running at nighttime, you do have 110 power on both sides. And of course, tablets or phones or whatever, we all take something electronic with us. At
Yeah.
least we should.
Right.
Now this kind of brings up a cute little statistic that I found. Well, not really cute, it's a significant statistic. The RVIA Association, in conjunction with Go RVing, did a study. It's been, I think, a year or two ago now. And what they found is that virtually any RV vacation is significantly cheaper than a stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
In fact, for 4 people, a stay can be more than 50% cheaper.
Wow.
And that takes into consideration the cost of fuel, taxes, insurance.
Right.
So it's just a fabulous economical way to take a vacation. And look at this.
Right.
Would you get this in a hotel room? Mm-mm.
No.
And you certainly wouldn't get the outdoors. So that's, I guess, my little preach on the RV Association. Of course, I'm a fan. And I always tell people, call Susan Dillon Stills if you need to find out anything more. But I'm going to kick it back to you, Veronica.
Well, that does it for this week's episode of Let's Go Campin'. Make sure to tune in every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on WHMB 40. See you next week.